Time to make a video. We are doing some minor editing today. I'm hoping this goes quickly. It's a little frustrating. With my schedule, I like to be able, the old wash and go thing. Just record it and upload it. Doesn't work. I can't really talk over the sound of the machine very well without coming off like I'm shouting, which is a little frustrating. Plus, I'm working with a different camera person than usual, and we're talking instructions back and forth through it all to avoid confusion. I mean, the sound that's on there is not a good video quality, although the video is good. What we're looking at right now is me doing a quick turning of a chunk of elm. I'm making another bud vase. If you looked at the video from yesterday, I made a bud vase and I did a lot of testing and experimenting around. Learned quite a bit. One thing I learned is that the machine vibrates too much for the camera to stay on the machine. But since it's only a 10-11 minute video, if I have a camera person chained to me for a little bit, it's not a really hurtful thing for everybody's schedule. So in this case, my wife Francine volunteered to do the part, and we got here and did it. And I just want to see how this works out. So right now, I'm making a bud vase. I'm making it very quickly. When we get to the end of the video, it'll be basically done, except for a little bit of sanding the bottom. So you can see right now, I'm working with my medium-sized gouge. I'm making the neck of the bud vase. My wife circles around the camera here to get a better view. A little further than I like, but she's not wearing safety glasses, and I don't think looking through the camera really counts as a safety device. As you can see, the wood shavings and all really aren't coming close to her. But I like the way this elm turns, so that's why I'm seeing if I can quickly make one. If I can make one in 10 minutes, that's terrific, because these are nice little projects, and people like them. This is elm. I only have one elm bud vase. I made it yesterday, and now I'm making another one, so I'll have a pair of different ones that I can put on display with the other kinds of woods that I've done. Just trying to clean it up here a little bit. One thing I like about the elm is it doesn't really tear out. I mean, it gets a little rough. I mean, you can chip it. It chips a little where there's natural cracks, because this is from a dead tree. And rather than worry about the cracks, I'm just working with them or around them. So both of these bud vases have natural cracks in them. But that's okay. I wanted to work some other things in there too. The insects that dug underneath the bark made interesting patterns in some of this dead wood, and I'm mentally exploring ideas for incorporating that into a bud vase or into another project, or even candle holders. I think it'd be cool to have a pair of candle holders that have a natural, rough, natural weathered wood with these insect tunnels that were under the bark, so it's grooves all over the place, and it's kind of cool stuff. So as you can see, I gotta make the hole in the bowl or in the bud vase. One thing I find my little thing here isn't very sharp, and I gotta dimple it in. I gotta make an indent so that it doesn't go off track. A little frustrating when it goes off track, because it's really hard to fix that up so that it's not an issue. Yeah, I'm having a little trouble with it going too far and catching. So we try the other edge of it. I'm just trying to dimple it in and work it a little bit. Once I get it far enough in there, I can get that drill bit to stay stable in there. We're just trying to make it work here, having some success. I'm just trying to see how quickly I can do this. did a lot of burning trying to get it in there. So when the drill bit isn't being pushed in fast enough, it'll rub rather than cut. And you can see it smoking a bit, which is a little frustrating. While I'm doing this, my camera person is commenting on the smell of the smoke, which is funny enough. But once I got it going, it stopped smoking. I got it to go in there pretty good, and it's a nice deep hole now. Trying to get some leverage. We're smoking some more there. Looking at it, it's smoking pretty good there. So once I get rolling, it's I believe it kind of stopped. Yeah, see, it smokes less as I get a little bit deeper. I'm checking the depth on it because I don't want to go too far, because when I cut this off, I don't want to hole all the way through. I'm not making a whistle or a flute. Not this time. I may get to that. I don't know the hardness of this wood, as I believe it's just a little bit. It's a little bit softer than the soft maple and the cherry. So my wife is commenting to me here in the background. I think it's funny because she knows I'm going to replace the video, but she's still talking to the camera as if she's talking to the audience. It's kind of fun. You can see clearing out the hole a little bit, smoothing it out because there's a bit of a ridge back in there. You can see it. Just kind of trumpeting it out a little bit. Different style than I did the other day. I take a look down the hole, make sure there's no stuff flying around. Once I'm that far along, it's time to get sanding with it. So I go with a coarse sandpaper, 60 grit. It goes pretty fast, depending on the wood, of course. And we're going to do some final shaping on this to get rid of the last of the little chips. I'm actually kind of proud of this because I do succeed in making a complete bud vase during the time frame it takes me to shoot one of these videos. And that's a good thing, because if I'm going to make money doing this, I have to be able to make these kind of things quickly, because I'm not going to get big bucks for these. But the aim is to make 30 bucks a product an hour. If I can make this in 10 minutes like this, and I'm charging 10 to 15 or even 15 to $20 for it, I'm easily making $30 an hour, even when you throw in the time it takes me to finish it and to all the other things that I do to it, you know, the preparation. Because the part you don't see is me stripping the outside of the wood off, making it round, and prepping it for mounting in the chuck here. But I'm really tickled that we're able to do this in 11 minutes. Really tickled. Kind of important to me. I'm hoping this audio goes on here as smoothly as my technical expert Wesley tells me, because I really don't want to be doing massive amounts of editing. I just want to shoot these and load them up and show them. My wife is probably telling me that I've only got about a minute to go, so I switched to the next grit of sandpaper. I go basically 60 grit, 150, 180 grit, then to 220. In this case, I stay at the 220. That's probably enough. I do want a lot of them go all the way to 320, but I don't go any further than that, because I find if you finish it, it doesn't make that much difference. I mean, if you really want something that looks polished, you'll be doing a lot more work than that anyway. You see, I'm working with the 220 now. And we turn it off. No, we don't turn it off. I reposition the tool rests because I'm going to part it off the parting tool here. And my wife's trying to get a good view of this. This is actually far better than what I shot yesterday. Reason being is we get camera angles that actually show pretty much what I'm doing, rather than the way it was yesterday. I was up below the work looking up a little bit, or looking at the very end of it, and you really can't see what I'm doing because my tool is actually behind the work making contact. So you can see I'm doing something, but you can't really see what I'm doing. Here you can actually kind of see which tool I'm using and how I'm working it. Got my hand there getting ready to catch it, and hopefully do a better job of displaying this to the camera when I'm done. There we go. And I'm holding it so you can't see it at all. Haha. Okay, now you can kind of see it. Okay, we'll have to work on that.